Hey guys, it's Scott Cooper here. Sorry I haven't been yapping with it lately in our asynchronous, informal discussion threads. Crashed my bike 60 miles an hour, slid down the road. Anyways, we all got the same project, and I'm going to see if I can do in under 7 minutes. Go through my PowerPoint so you guys don't have to read all that stuff, if you will. Anyways, yeah, I've got Oregon Virtual Academy, ORVA. Was the one that I picked. They're about 150 miles away from me. I knew somebody that sat on the accreditation board when they were getting going for the charter school. Also interviewed the administrator as well as somebody else that's on the board. So they are a for-profit company. A quick glance at them. They got 446 right now. They changed some laws. There's a few details I'm kind of a little bit confused on. Our ADM, or the cost per student in Oregon, is $5,700 a year. Why they're being $9,000 per student just doesn't make sense to me, and an 84% graduation rate doesn't seem to coincide with a lot of the information I was being given by the administrators and board members. I have a feeling that some students are being dropped maybe early in the year, and they're using the funding money and funneling it down, so it's a way they're kind of coming up with the figures, I think. Anyways, they have a mission, of course, to come up with innovative new ways for public schools. Oh, I need to go back to that for a minute. This is their door. There is approximately 4 full-time people, total of 6. I think there's 3 different offices, and they handle 400 kids. Not a single teacher on the site. What happens is they process the paperwork. In fact, the administrator told me that there was only about 25 kids from the actual Coos Bay area, and the rest were coming from Portland and Eugene and big cities. The mission statement for K-12, and this is what we need to talk about. They are a K-12 shop. K-12 has 17 statewide virtual schools that I know of, and they also have a lot of little schools like this that they run through. So their mission statements are very much the same. Here's another one, and I just noticed that the storefront is a little bit different name, but again, they're using the same kind of setup. So they're marketing, they're using their marketing material from K-12 in most cases. Structure and organization, they are out of Coos Bay, like I mentioned a minute ago. They've got 4 full-time employees. They got a charter grant back in 2008. Structure and organization, more about them, is they are full-time tuition free, as we all know how this is going. One thing I really did like is they do extracurricular activities. They were doing a pumpkin patch fest for some of their kids. Problem is most of them can't make it because they're all over the state. K through 12 organization, a little bit different there. I've done quite a bit of homework on these guys. They are for-profit. The guy that started it originally came up with 10 million. They were up to 44 shortly afterwards. He sat on the educational cabinet for Reagan. But a bunch of the board members, I think 4 out of the 6, were specializing in corporation finance and merge and acquisitions before they came on this board. So that'll tell you a little bit about this company. Keep an eye on them. As I mentioned before, they really they try to draw their people in as best as they could at this particular school because they do have some freedom. It's not just a K through 12 replant somewhere, although all the curriculum is. A lot of the curriculum is graded by a computer. The administrators really don't have much to do with the students unless there becomes a problem, but they do stress and call, and that's why they've got 4 people there. The parents, they put a lot of the responsibility back on the parents, which, as we know, is good. Somebody's got to be in that room with this particular student body. The Oregon virtual laws allow them to draw from anywhere in the state. They only have to get an inter-district transfer. There we go. I'm sorry about that. To go to this school. Recently, K-12 bought Kaplan, which is Insight. So now we have 2 people from the same company battling it out for areas because of our change in laws. This made them the largest provider of curriculum in the country, for-profit provider. Lesson plans, well, we'll take a little bit of a look at that in a minute. They say it's individualized, real work, and engaging. I don't know. It's not my particular cup of tea, so to say. One thing I want to point out is if you take a quick look. Oops, let's go and do this live. Forget that that stuff. So my school here is Oregon Virtual School Academy, and they've got a bunch of different curriculum. And as you can see, if we go through K through 12s, it's a very similar looking page. They've probably got the same people working on the web pages. They've got a bunch of examples that we can go and look at. I've got one started up here, so we don't have to wait for download time. Now, I don't know if anyone's familiar with Open Educational Resources. University of California had put out a bunch that was very similarly designed as this, where the kids interacted because they were touching things. And they also have to read out of books, and there was guidance and a little journaling and stuff like that, so they are somewhat engaging. Extra material, and they've got some first-hand experience. They really do. I mean, I've never seen an instructional designer or a teacher who was not passionate about their job. They do the best they can with what they're working with, and in this case, they're working with quite a bit. Myself, I think if I have any criticism, I'm a constructivist, and I just don't think that we can open up their brains and pour the information in. Well, that's it. I'm probably running close to my 10 minutes time. Oh, I should probably point out this last page. It's something that I like. A lot of times, apparently, they can set it where the parents are the only ones, and if this page pops up, you'll see, can check and say that that lesson is complete. In other words, the person on site has the ability to somewhat control whether they move on to the next lesson plan or not. And I think that's it, guys. Thanks.